Namaskar. Today is 11th September, the historic Chicago Address Day of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda delivered the message of peace and harmony on this day 127 years back in the World Parliament of Religions. Swami Vivekananda's arrival on the national and international horizon is an epoch-making incident which took place when India was under British rule. Swami Vivekananda, a penniless sannyasin, travelled throughout the length and breadth of the land to know India very deeply, very intimately, and to find out a way to how to accomplish the great task given by his Guru, who commanded him to elevate the masses of India and the world to their spiritual glory. Being unable to understand how to accomplish this task, he crossed the ocean swimming and stood on the last piece of Indian rock, Sripada Parai, and sat on meditation there, probably for 3 days, nearly 72 hours in December 1892. And this meditation was a unique one, and this meditation was a turning point in the history of India and humanity, because this meditation, for the first time in the whole history, spiritual history of humanity, a monk was meditating not on God, not on heaven, not on moksha, mukti, purushartha or kaivalya. A monk was meditating on man, on Mother India. This was not a contemplation, this was not a thinking, this was only a visualization, a spiritual visualization. He visualized the past glory of Mother India, the present decadence, and the glorious future of Mother India. He saw everything in a spiritual eye. He received the direction of his Guru, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, to move to the west to preach Vedanta, and he also subsequently received the blessings of Sri Sri Ma Sarada Devi. And so, with this divine command, he appeared on the world stage in the Parliament of Religions to address the most cultured audience of the world. That was a historic speech when he stood on the dais in the Parliament of Religions. It was not Swami Vivekananda only. As if the soul of Mother India was speaking through him, he addressed the audience saying, "Sisters and brothers of America," and the whole audience rose to their feet, cheering and cheering, applauding, and for full 2 minutes, the wild enthusiasm of the people did not allow him to speak. It was the whole atmosphere was vibrated, was charged with enthusiasm and emotion. And Swami Vivekananda completed his short speech after the enthusiasm was completed. But it was not the words, but the personality that flowed through that words were influencing the people, sisters and brothers of America. He was the personification of the words which was telling, because he realized the spiritual unity of humanity. I remember a great Nobel laureate, French Nobel laureate, Roma Rolla, who told the influence of Swami Vivekananda, about the influence of Swami Vivekananda, when he said, "I cannot go through these sayings of Swami Vivekananda, scattered as they are, through pages at 30 years distance, without receiving a thrill through my body like an electric shock. And what shocks, what transports must have been produced when in burning words they issued from the lips of the hero, I can't imagine." And so this was the influence of Swami Vivekananda. Then he spoke about the tradition, the glorious past, and the inheritance of him. He said, "It fills my heart." He started his speech with saying, "It fills my heart with joy unspeakable to rise in response to the warm and cordial welcome which you have given us. I thank you in the name of the most ancient order of monks in the world. I thank you in the name of millions and millions of Hindu people of all classes and sects. I thank you in the name of Mother of Religions." He represented the Hindu religion. He represented the most ancient order of monks. He represented Hindu people belonging to all classes and sects. He represented Mother India as if he was Mother India personified. He further shared that he was proud to belong to a religion, belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and the refugees of all the religions and of all the nations of the earth. That sort of self-pride, self-esteem was with him. He spoke that Hindus do not believe only in tolerance. Hindus also accept all religions to be true. Hindus believe in universal acceptance. He justified his point of spiritual unity of humanity by chanting a sloka from Shiva Mahimna. Ruchinam Vaichitrya Drijukutil Nana Pathajusam Nrinam Eko Gamya Stomasa Payasa Marnaviva. As the different streams having their sources in different places all mingle their water in the sea, O Lord. The different paths which man take through different tendencies, various though they appear crooked or straight, all lead to thee. He concluded his speech saying, sectarianism, bigotry and its terrible descendant fanaticism have long possessed this beautiful earth. They fill the earth with violence, destroyed civilization, drenched it often and often with human blood, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these terrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is now. But that time has come, and I fervently hope that the bell that tolled this morning in honor of this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal. And this was his expectation from humanity, that man should unite themselves. Instead of violence, they should believe in non-violence. So this was the great message. Love man as God, given by Swami Vivekananda. Spiritual unity of humanity, oneness of man and divinity of the soul. Oneness of man. That was the message given by Swami Vivekananda. The whole world was astonished to see that the unknown young man of an enslaved nation became the world conquering hero within a few moments. And the next day, the whole papers lionized him as the greatest figure in the parliament religions and the greatest orator. His life-size portraits were hanged by the side of the roads of Chicago, and people by hundreds and thousands offered their reverence. One paper wrote, "It is our foolishness to send missionaries to a land which has produced an Vivekananda." The prestige and glory of Mother India was 1,000 times multiplied and magnified by his heroic son. This historic speech glorified Mother India, and the nation was awakened to its past glory with a burning desire to deluge the whole world with the revolutionary ideas of a Advaita Vedanta. He moved from one part of the world to the other. He warned us that unless West takes spirituality as the basis of their civilization and culture, they are going to be destroyed within 3 generations. And the authenticity, at least partially, of his prophetic vision is justified when on the same day the American Trade Center was destroyed by terrorist activities. So now it is high time that we should follow the great message of peace, love and benediction of Swami Vivekananda based on Advaita Vedanta and his own experience. Let us come together, join hands and work for the realization of this great goal in this auspicious day of the Chicago address of Swami Vivekananda. Namaskar.